Hey there, and welcome to the Do Life Big podcast. This podcast is going to be your jam if you want to live to your full potential and don't believe in half-assing anything in your life. If we want to do life big, that means we've got to get out of our own way because we only have this one shot to make it awesome. I'm your host, Kathy, and I'm a mom of three whose BFF is cold brew, a retired school teacher turned online entrepreneur, and an author. I'm loud, bold, and will always keep it real. I'm determined to live my best freaking life possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'll be packing this podcast with tips, motivation, inspiration, and strategies to finally get you where you want to go. And we will have a ton of laughter along the way because, let's be honest, we can't ever take ourselves too seriously, right? I'm so excited you are here with me today. Now let's get this party started. Hey, my friend, what's up? And welcome back to another episode of Do Life Big. I am so excited to have you here today because I am going to be sharing with you the 5 most common limiting beliefs that my students have shared with me over the last 10 years that have kept them stuck or stagnant in their business, or they have said, this is the reason why I am not able to build my business to the level that I want to build it to. This is the reason why I can't hit that 6-figure income mark that I really want to hit. And I've had over 10 years now of helping other entrepreneurs master their mind and change the way that they think and teach them how to catch those limiting beliefs on the spot and flip them around and turn them into more self-serving beliefs so that they can build the business that they want to build and live the life that they want to live. And so I've put together a free bonus resource for you that you can print out whenever you get a chance, and it will be really helpful for you. So you can go to kathyreuter.com/think this not that. So KATHYREUTER.com/think this not that. And it will not only have these 5 most common limiting beliefs that my students have shared with me, but it will also have many more. And in addition to that, too, there will be blank lines at the bottom of the document. So that way, if there's a limiting belief that I didn't go over, that you feel is just reoccurring and it's on repeat in your mind and it's keeping you from growing and it's keeping you from getting to that level that you want to get to in your business or in your life, you can fill that in yourself. And I'm going to teach you and show you how you can take those limiting beliefs and how you can flip them on the spot to more self-serving beliefs so that you can continue to grow and see the success that you want and to have the business flourish and to build that business that you've always wanted to build to the level that you want to build it to and live your best life, because changing how you think is the secret to everything that you want. Now, if you didn't get a chance to write that down, kathyreuter.com/think this not that, because it is a mouthful, you can just go to the show notes and there will be a link right in there for it. And you can click it and you can print it and you can get to work and it will be a game changer for you. So we're going to go over the top 5 most common limiting beliefs that my students have shared with me that have been keeping them from getting their business to the level that they want to get it to. And this is what I teach, but on a much deeper level in my signature program called the Mindset Accelerator. I really go deep into helping my students identify what their most common reoccurring limiting beliefs are that are keeping them stuck. And sometimes those limiting beliefs are the things that are actually causing them to revert backwards and watch their income actually decline. And we don't want that. So I teach you in that program how to identify what yours is, how to catch it on the spot, and how to immediately silence it and flip it with something that's going to be more self-serving so that you're continuing to grow and see the success that you want to see. This is the key to it. People who go on to build their businesses to the 6-7-figure income levels, they have this skill down. This is the secret that they have mastered. And I want to help you too. So pay attention and make sure you go ahead and you get that free bonus because it is going to change everything for you. So here's number 1. Here's what I hear all the time. I don't know anything about this or where to even start. And maybe you can relate, right? Maybe you've just started out your business, or maybe you're just switching to something different, or you're thinking about starting a new business and you have this limiting belief that you don't know anything about it and you don't know where to start. Here's the piece of advice that I want to give you. First of all, be okay as a beginner. I think this is really important. I feel like so many times we want to just give the impression that we know everything and that we're, the expert and this is no problem. It's okay. I've got this. But we are all beginners at one point or another. And everything that you have mastered now to this day, you were once a beginner and you weren't sure about it. And you were nervous and you were worried and you were scared and you felt overwhelmed. And that's okay. So I want you to be okay as a beginner. And I want you to also know that everything is figure outable. And you can literally Google or YouTube anything these days. I remember when I started my first business almost 9 years ago, when I started my health and fitness business, I knew nothing about it either. I knew nothing about business. I wasn't a health and fitness guru by any means. And I just YouTubed so many different videos and was learning from the people who had already gone before me who were having success. And I learned from them. And so instead of saying to yourself, I don't know anything about this. I don't know where to start. Just say this instead. I'm learning something new and I will figure it out. There's always Google or YouTube. All right. So this is the key to these limiting beliefs is being aware that you're thinking them. That is step number one. So you got to be really conscious and think to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm doing it again. I'm filling my mind with fear and self doubt. And anytime that happens, it's going to lead to inaction. And if you're not taking the action, then you're not going to produce the results in your business that you want to see. All right. So instead of saying, I don't know anything about this or where to even start, say, I'm learning something new and I will figure it out. There's always Google or YouTube. All right. Number two, I'm too busy and have no time. So here's the thing when we say that we're too busy, we're really just saying it's not a priority to us, right? Because everything that you fit into your day to day life right now, all the things that you do a workout, you read a book, you take a shower, you take care of your kids, you go into your work, whatever it is that you do, every single thing from the second that you wake up until the time you go to bed at night is there because you have chosen to make those things a priority in your life right now. So, what I need you to do is I need you to just shift your focus and tell yourself that this is a priority to me. So, I'm going to do my best and make the time for it, even if it's in small blocks of time. All right. So many times when we get overwhelmed, it's really easy to just say, oh, I'm too busy. I don't have the time for it. But you do have the time. You can make the time and you will make the time if it is a priority to you. And your business needs to be a priority to you because you have big dreams and you want to create this incredible, thriving business and you want to be able to live this amazing life and provide for your family. And so your business has got to be a priority. So instead of saying, I'm too busy and have no time, just say, this is a priority to me, and I'm going to do the best I can to make the time for it, even if it's in small blocks of time. And another thing I want you to remember is that, you're going to go through seasons in your business and seasons in your life. And there are going to be times where you can give your business more time than others. All right. For example, if you're like me right now and you have a 3-year old that's not going to bed at night, it's taking 2 hours for him to go to sleep at night. And then he's waking up in the middle of the night. And then he's also up in the morning around 5:30 or 6. Well, my work schedule at night is not going to be to the same capacity as it was before when he would just go right down to sleep at 7:30 and would sleep straight through until 6 o'clock in the morning. And you have to be okay with that. But you do have the time and you've got to make the time, and you will because it's a priority to you. All right. Limiting belief number 3 that I hear all the time is, but somebody else is already doing this. Now, I want you to have an abundancy mindset. When you say somebody else is already doing this, that's operating from a scarcity mindset. And it's coming from a place of fear where you feel like there can only be one expert. And that's just not true because there are so many people doing so many of the same things. And guess what? No one is going to do it the way that you do it. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you unique in what you do. And that is what draws people to you. So instead of saying somebody else is already doing this, I want you to say someone else is already doing this, having success, which means I too can have success. No one does it the way I do it. And that's what makes me unique. That's what makes it unique. All right. Limiting belief number 4 is I'll never be as good as fill in the blank. So many times we get caught in the comparison game, and comparison is the thief of joy. And they say that for a reason. It's because when we compare ourselves to others or someone else, we're placing the focus and the attention on the wrong person when the focus should really be on improving ourselves. And when we're fixating and focusing on someone else and looking at what they're doing well and what we're not doing, because maybe they're on chapter 100 and we're on chapter 1, then we tend to fixate on the negative emotions and the negative feelings and the negative thoughts that come, which, by the way, our brain is automatically wired to focus on those things anyways. It's automatically wired to think about and to focus on the things that are going wrong and the negative things. It's just how it's wired. So this is why you have to be really conscious and aware whenever you start to play that comparison game. Instead of saying, I'll never be as good as this other person, say this instead. If this person is amazing, then that's proof that I too can be just as amazing, if not do it better. Okay? You got this. And number 5, the last most common limiting belief that I'm going to go over with you today on this episode is I've tried everything and I'm just stuck. Now, here's the thing. Let me just give you a little bit of insight into this because I've gone through this plenty of times in my business too, where I felt stuck or plateaued, or I felt like I'm doing all the things and nothing is happening. What is going on here? And when you're stuck for a reason. And I want you to look at this as a good thing. I want you to know that growth is right around the corner, that there's a breakthrough you're about to have, but you're only going to be able to have it once you learn the lesson you need to learn. And so you will stay stuck for as long as it takes for you to learn the lesson. And the more you fight it, the more you try to look at it as a negative thing and a bad thing and try to push it off and avoid it or make it mean something negative about yourself and what you're capable of, is the second that you will stay stuck for longer and longer periods of time. And so when something isn't working for you and you feel like you're stuck, know that, hey, this is a good thing. This is happening for a reason right now. There are some things that I might need to tweak and change, but this is here to teach me something. And I know that when I come through this phase right now of where I feel stuck or plateaued, I'm going to come out with massive growth on the other side because that's how it always works. You need these times to grow. And you cannot be an island. And so instead of saying, I've tried everything, I'm just stuck, instead, think this: I will seek out the help of a mentor or someone who is already where I want to go and ask for help. You cannot be an island in your business. It is the quickest way to failure. You have got to have mentors in your life, people that will constantly be there to challenge you, that you can learn from, that have already walked the path that you want to walk. I have mentors. I'll never stop having mentors. I've had them since day one of owning my own business. It's so important. So I hope that this episode helped you out. Remember, these are just the 5 most common limiting beliefs that I've heard from other entrepreneurs over the past 10 years. But if you just go to kathyreuter.com/think this, not that, you can go ahead and get that free little bonus there for yourself, which will have many more examples of other common limiting beliefs that people think and what you should think instead, as well as those blank spaces at the bottom of the page so that you can fill out your own if it's not on there. So thanks for tuning in today. I really hope that this episode helped you. Share it with a friend if it did. Tag me on social media at Catherine Reuter on Instagram. And thanks for being here. You know I love you. Keep crushing it, and I'll see you the next time. See ya. Thanks so much for listening in. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me today. You totally rock. Hey, listen, if you loved today's episode, go ahead and tag me on social and go share this with a friend right now. Like, do it immediately before the day gets ahead of you and you totally forget. Couldn't be more pumped to be on this journey with you guys. Go make today awesome, and I will see you the next time.